to swiftly deal with Penta. This should be a very comfortable game for EnVyUs, but then every game we've had today has been an upset so far. So I think this is the one that's going to correct the balance, but we'll have to wait and find out. Already we are live into the pistol. T side is going to be EnVyUs, CT side is going to be Penta, and it looks like it's going to be a B play to begin with. And, well, it's going to be a lot of pressure about to come down towards Strux and Troubly, and let's see if they can deal with it.
Manages to get the smoke down, but they push straight on through that one. MBK does get taken down by Troubly, but they're on site already. Troubly gets himself a second. Can he make it a third? Tries to get that second USP shot on towards him. Wasn't quite there. Strux switches in. Happy comes into sight, and this attack has been stopped dead in its tracks. Great rotate from Penta, and great pistol work from Troubly.
Certainly was, and Crystal is so quick on that rotate. Shocks tries to do what he can, it doesn't matter. Penta get round one, and that's a pistol going over to the CT side. Now, the one thing I wanted to point out then was how quick Crystal was at getting around Speedway, straight on point. They knew what was up, and it worked out super well.
So, we have a shotgun coming out. Okay, well, shotty for Stavros. Oh, and Troubly as well. I wonder if they're going to try and get up close and personal in their faces down Banana with this. Let's see where it takes it. Troubly was on...
Probably apps, and I guess B.
Yeah, it's got to be. You'd assume.
Yeah,
Crystal definitely is.
He might even be boosted up here.
But Troubly's not. Troubly's on B. So, okay. Just going to see where it works out for them. Quick rosters for you guys. You may be looking at this and thinking, this isn't Penta. This is what's going on here? They have had a roster reshuffle, and it is now Crystal, Stavros, Tabson, Troubly, and Strux for Penta. And, of course, you know EnVyUs. It is Happy Smiths, Kiyoshima, MBK, and Shocks.
Yeah, let's see if that shotgun's going to do any damage. You can see EnVyUs lining up, looking like it's going to be an A. Crystal's actually committed over towards B, so the fake plays paid off and then some, but will EnVyUs commit? That's the big thing we want to see. Still a minute left. And Penta not going to look for anything here. They just want to sit in and try and let them come to them. Stavros gives away the game a little, but spots one out. But look at this. Straight wrap round towards CT. Just going to be Crystal on the receiving end. Tabson flash himself in, but Crystal slowed them down. Keo gets a bit of a team kill going on, and EnVyUs are being dealt with. But now, MBK can still break through. This could still change. But there we go. It's been dealt with. Troubly gets a kill. Happy's left on 4 HP, and I doubt this will really change around. Although, they're both shotgun players left, so if he gets them at range, he could do some work here.
Yeah, if he catches Troubly from behind as well, but the thing is, he's looking this direction. They know they just went through Arch, through TT
range.
spawn. Look at that.
Oh.
I mean, he only needs to catch him with just a single pellet. He's on 4 hit points, but Happy manages to nail it, and that's actually going to be the bomb plant as well for EnVyUs. All the money working out in their favor. And now Stavros on the retake. Let's see what he can do. P250 in hand, a single whiff of air. We'll catch him, but he's sitting in smoke, and this might work.
Ballsy play, really goddamn ballsy play, and he gets it, Happy. Nerves of steel to sit in that spot, just predicting it and just saying, all right, I'm going to wait here. When that smoke dissipates, I'm going to be in the right place, and it worked out. 1-1, EnVyUs turning it in round 2. And, well, looking at the buy that Penta went for in round 2, I don't know. I don't like that sort of buy.
Double shotgun, bit weird, that one, but...
Hey, they're a mixed team.
Normally you see that coming out when a team's really up against it, or just, you know, okay, I need to try and just do something in apartments, but yeah, good SMGs were available. You know damn well that TSM would have gone for those SMGs, but as it was, Penta said no. This time they've gone triple stack over on B site, but that's not where Team EnVyUs are going. They've already managed to open up the top of mid. It is just pistols, of course, for Penta, but EnVyUs already started to run through.
Great spot. Almost got the kill then. I think that's towards Keo, who got down to 32 HP. It could have been a big impact there, but not to be, and now down to the last 3.
Troubly's going to find one. It's going to be Shocks. He manages to pin out there, gets himself the FAMAS, backs away instantly. He's going to be happy to try and rescue that rifle. Structure's like, where's the gun? Stepped forward to the body. Not there. Just trying to get some tags through there. Not going to work out for them. That molly will stop that dead in its tracks and burn him out. Smith picks that one up on Crystal. And just the 2 remaining members of Penta are going to try and push on through. Strux just wants to get anything from it. Meanwhile, the FAMAS of Troubly is long gone. And he's got himself covered off. So EnVyUs pick themselves up the second round. As they try and hunt him out. I don't think they're going to find him.
No, and they want to keep hold of the rifles and the head armor that's on Keo and Smiths as well. So they'll be playing fairly cautious. You can see them, you know, not overextending towards B either, because Troubly could do a lot of damage. He doesn't have everything to lose. He doesn't have the head armor to save over, so you know, great for him to get away with the gun, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world for him if he went down. He still has 5.2k, so that in mind now, we're going to see the reinvestment here from the CT side. So they're going to put themselves back into a buy. However, not ideal. Look at Crystal. No armor to be seen and nothing else by him. A full purchase into that orb. So hopefully he can do some impact because, well, if he doesn't, this team's going to be really, really screwed for money.
It's going to be a peek down mid straight away.
Oh, look at his play towards B, though.
That grenade from Trouble would have done wonders, and it did catch Kiyoshima and Shox and MBK. MBK, though, has pushed ahead here. Going aggressive on towards site. Happy trying to keep Crystal at bay. Smoke slowing things down. 5 members of Team EnVyUs, sorry, 4 members of a Team EnVyUs pushing up Banana. Seems to be the site that won. And Trouble is actually all alone here right now. So he has a hell of a lot to do here.
I'm looking at Strux. He doesn't have a smoke to help him out either. Like, there's no one that can even help him in this situation. He's going to be overwhelmed. No one from CT Arch could have thrown a smoke, because they didn't have any. And now it's retake time, and the 4 players of Penta are nowhere near them. And I think they may even just try and save this, just straight up. They're not even go near it. Yep, and they're just going to go head to pit, because there was no one there to help him out.
So was that just a stacked idea? That was just simply Penta going, okay, we're going to stack defense 1. If it pays off, it pays off. Trouble, you're on your own. If it doesn't work, then, well, we've not lost too much. We've kept hold of the rifles. Happy's the man that's going to try and look for them. Then not look in his direction. Yes, they are. Strux comes around, gets himself 1, peeks out the side, gets himself a 2nd. And this is completely now gone wrong for Penta. They tried to save. They tried to hold on to anything, and they've already lost 2.
Happy's freaking insane. Those shots are just beautiful. Crystal might be able to put him down. Fired. Beautiful shot just done back as well. But still, Happy then taking 2 guns away. That's pretty big and important presence into the game. Look at the money they're left with. 2.6, 2.4. That's 2 players who really cannot reinvest into this round. So big impact then just on those 2 kills. Yeah, he went down, but he's comfortable to buy back up. So well worth going for that. And EnVyUs 3-1 now. Back on track. You know, Penta, you know, now being kind of told to slow down. They're going to force themselves in here. So they're still looking to pick this one up, hoping maybe Crystal can do some work, but he still doesn't even have armor. He might just going to try and flash over towards the bomb of mid and try and go for the peek off the back of it.
It's not every day that you see 4 members alive and going for a save. It's definitely a sign that Penta realise what they're up against in the form of Team EnVyUs here, who honestly are one of the best teams in the world on Inferno, it's safe to say. So, although that prowess has been challenged a bit recently, they are still very much up there. Shox is going looking. He's going to pop himself out. That molly's going to slow things down. Well read there. Whoever threw that molly in. Crystal backing himself up, and that's going to slow EnVyUs down. May even force the rotate here. Kiyoshima's going to pop flash himself out straight in towards Arch. Smith's covering off quad, but nobody to be found. Penta had already backed off. It's that Crystal that's gone deep on Arch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's they're happy to give up control of CT Arch and then hold it with the AWP just a little bit deeper by spawn, and I don't blame him. He can't really withstand much. He doesn't have armor, and they still have Tabson to kind of complement it when he's on the corner of sight near library. So hopefully they can deal with it when it comes around. They're going to smoke a little bit deeper. You can see them just taking their time here. Envy just working it around. They've left a little bit of a gap, but oh, just the wrong timing. Then Tabson will peek out and find Smiths, just switching over to that gun. And still, a lot of T players in towards the side. Can they stop him? Yes, Tabson again comes in big. This is great play from this man here. 2 already, down so low. He will be taken out, but look, Stavros still in here.
Oh, they're going looking for him, but he's got a PT50 up close and personal. 5-7, sorry. Might work out well for him, but it was Happy that was peeking in there. Crystal might be able to find him. They've got him pinned on site. This is a 4-on-2. MBK low on health as well, but that bomb is down. Penta have to go for the take. This is so crucial. Those first shots from Happy could be what it takes. MBK gets 1, does get the 2nd in the drop, but Strux finally manages to get him down. But have they got a defuse kit? Yes, they have. Strux gets in there. Strux has the kit, but it doesn't matter. Trouble is going to get it anyway. Yeah. But that's going to be an important 2nd round for Penta.
Yeah, very important. Close enough. But a huge round for them as well. They get to keep the AWP. They get to take the guns away. But it got a little bit close then. MBK, if he had a little bit more health maybe, I don't know. You never know with that man. He can do just magical things when you put his back to the wall sometimes. But at the moment, we're going to see what they can buy back into. It looks like a decent buy all around from both sides. Even got the Zeus on Shox just for the crack of it. But still, 3-2. Penta keeping up. But it just feels that it's always going to be in EnVyUs' hands so far. Especially in the early game. They seem to just take so much map control.
Oh, he just expended the Zeus. It might have been a misbuy there. We did see somebody buying the Zeus in round 1 and the pistols the other day. Weren't sure what the exact tactic was. We never did figure it out, but as it was. Oh, Crystal found Smiths, but didn't manage to land the shot. Stavros, meanwhile, does reply. That's Happy, though. opening up the apartments, expecting somebody to come with him. And to be fair, it was Tabson that's there in mid, but he didn't come looking.
But Envy, even though they've gotten 2 picks, haven't really got too much control to the sites. Tabson and Troubly's still in a good place, but that's going to open it up. Keo taking down Tabson is going to alleviate all pressure that could have come down towards A. Troubly's now alone in a 1v3 essentially. MBK and Strux are battling it out, and Troubly tries to take the active shot, but Keo was watching and waiting and read it just so well. A's there, Strux is out of the game, and MBK is probably going to find him.
Yeah, he's been kept and pinned here, and they know exactly where he is. The plant going down. MBK's just lurking, ready and waiting, hoping that he's going to try and make the run out. But Strux wants to try and save his gun, and MBK's already looking straight in this position. Strux will get the kill, so he should be able to hold on to that one. They're going to come in his direction. Yes, it is. Kiyoshima fancies another pop. Actually, Smiths is coming over. Sorry. In fact, they're all coming. They're all coming straight for him. They're trying to pincer him in there. Strux, not too sure you're going to be able to hold on to this one. 3 people coming at you. It's going to be EnVyUs with the round nonetheless. Doesn't manage to. Oh, he does. He got happy. But they're going to pick up that AWP anyway. And EnVyUs, all the money in the world at the moment, so it doesn't really affect them too much. So Penta, they're the ones that are struggling. Predictably, I think it's safe to say coming into this game. I think you guys at home voted on the website. It's 90%, I think it was, the vote. Yeah, 90% over at pro.eslgaming.com/CSGO. That's where you'll see all the fixtures for Europe and North America. That will happen. And, of course, coming up after this one, it will be Hellraisers versus EnVyUs. That will be on Overpass. But right now, Penta doing their best to keep EnVyUs at bay.
Yeah, and Stavros actually getting a lot of control here. I wonder if Shox is aware. I think he's caught a glimpse of him then working in towards that bedroom. But Stavros will come out on top using that beautiful Hot Rod MP9. That looks absolutely beautiful. To do the damage early on. So, nice work. A lot of money gained off the back of it. And a gun missing now for EnVyUs. But can Penta then convert this into a round is the bigger question.
If he knows that Trouble is there, he just can't quite find him. Crystal with this rusty antique shotgun up close could do damage if they push on through, but it doesn't seem that it's going to be that way as they keep trying to probe and prod. Happy does get Strux down eventually, and that will be the B side. Rotation coming out here. Tabson's going to be the man. The flash will keep them at bay. Flashes up MBK nicely. Crystal does get himself that shotty shot onto him. Nice chunk of cash there. But now with the support, Kiyoshima's going looking.
Yeah, Tabson needs to really make this hard work. Deny Envy an easy cross towards sight, so maybe Crystal can do more? No. Keo finds a pixel out of place and punishes, and will follow up with a second. Now down to 2 men, Stavros and Troubly. I don't know if they... I don't know, Stavros has a gun as well. He's got head armor. I'm not sure here, but they're feeling confident enough. Troubly wants to go for this. Peeks up high towards those corners, just by dark. Stavros working in off banana. The 3 T players just waiting off at the side. Stavros makes a step, comes in, gonna find one. They're gonna surely know where the other 2 are. And well, Smith's already finding Troubly. They're gonna make it hard work, but Happy took down Smith. This is down to a 1v1, but time. He doesn't have a defuse kit. He gets the kill, but it was just too little too late, sadly. And Stavros might just about make it away with that gun. But still, that got quite close then at the end.
Yeah, the team kill's not gonna be too helpful, but they've got enough money. It doesn't matter for EnVyUs. They got the bomb plant, they got the round, and that's going to keep them in AKs for days. And again, Penta, well, the struggle bus is real for them.
To be fair, though, EnVyUs are starting to look a little bit tighter for cash.
Yes, that's true. I mean, when you lose everybody, it's going to affect your economy a certain amount, especially when there's AWPs in hand. It does mean they're not going to be able to have an AWP for this one. MBK maybe just throw it across to Smiths, but I don't think so. Meanwhile, of course, Penta...
Match is paused, so...
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a simple discussion. Penta, I'm just looking down across there. This is a bit of a already questionable. Stavros, of course, had that AK from the previous round, but I don't think they're going to be... Is he going to pass it across? Is he going to try and buy for this one? I think Penta are just going to try and eco it, try and hold on to anything. And EnVyUs already with 5 rounds on the board for the T side. It's a problem for Penta, no doubt about it.
Yeah, Stavros can just solo a site pretty much, though. You just leave him solo on B.
Well, it's what they've been doing with Troubly, and I'm wondering
yeah,
if
exactly.
that's why I was wondering whether they're going to pass it to Troubly and put him onto B site.
No.
Nope, gonna keep it on 8.
Gonna probably stack out a little bit towards B, so 3 players there, and Stavros and Tabson picking up towards A. So a decent spread. Crystal maybe waiting to be flashed out. The flash does come in, doesn't matter. MBK connects, and this should be a very clean round.
Trying the fake there, throwing the pistols, chucking them towards them. Doesn't work out though, because MBK went down there. That may be an AK rescued. Yeah, Strux managing to get that one. Tabson not going to be able to hold them at bay with a USP. And Happy meanwhile have found Strux, the final man, over. So as predicted, a simple round against pistols there. 6-2 for Envy. And now the AWP once again in hands of Happy.
Yeah, I'm looking for the buy-up now
Here
coming out from the CTs. Crystal, though, no armor either. So this is something we're seeing plaguing the last couple of games, that teams are being so on point with denying any sort of money build-up at the moment. You've seen, like, Kenny S only had armor with, like, 2 of the rounds. Now, Crystal, 2 times he's had the AWP. I don't... Ooh, that's not going to help.
Yep.
Well, you can already see the burn coming in a little there. 3 players stacked up. Happy finds Crystal. And A is now down to 1 man. That's the biggest issue here. They've only got 1 player alive. And make it 0. Keo just pushing straight up mid. So confident to hit these shots. And it works. Tabson and Strux are just completely out of place. And MBK might just pick him up. No. He gets denied at least. So they could retain these. But already Happy's getting back. And he was looking to see if they were pushing down then.
Expecting something. I think they're going to try and hunt these rifles down as well. Happy certainly wants to go for this one. Even if he's using Crystal's Dragon Lore there. 6-2, make it 7-2 for Envy, because of course that bomb plant down there, nothing's going to work out for Penta here as they get hunted down. Do you manage to get a tag on 1? They're checking all the angles. Tabson does get himself a double suddenly. Kiyoshima tries to clean up. Strux does get another. It got costly for Team EnVyUs here. Strux should be able to close Happy off. He's pushing on Pistol. Does manage to get him down in the end. 7-2 was the score nonetheless. 8-2. Probably going to follow this one. So, pistols again for Penta.
Yeah, Penta are absolutely skint. They can go for like a dodgy buy that they occasionally do with like the Novas and such, but at this point, probably not the best of ideas. And 2 rounds for Penta, they could probably do with a lot more by this point, but you know, this sort of marker against this sort of team, you kind of get what you're given. And Envy looking solid, I think that's the thing here. They haven't even looked that pushed yet.
I mean, this is the disparity in the gulf, actually, I would say, in European CS. While, yes, the top is actually very clustered and very close. There's like 6 teams that have won tournaments in the 2015 already. It is a big difference in the fact that once you start moving down that ladder, we've got 12 teams in it. There is a big possibility, especially like for Penta, that's literally picked up the roster today, coming up against the number 5 team in the world. You're not going to win those matches often. If you do, it's pure luck.
Yeah. We're seeing it right now anyway. MBK picking up the 2 to open that side just so well. Like, you're just seeing the synergy that EnVyUs have then. The nice little pop flash over his shoulder, allowing him to pick up the first, following into the second. It's just so well timed by EnVyUs. They're such a well-oiled machine when everything works out. But this is a good round for maybe Penta. They finally got some armor. They finally have a good setup to work with buy-wise. You know, Crystal's got armor to finally work with, so he can maybe be a little bit more aggressive with the shots. Maybe have a little bit more faith in it. But let's find out what they go for here. He's going to be playing up on the B side this time. Going to head over towards Banana and actually does get the shot towards MBK. So good start. Nice boost towards Quad. And they might be able to make an impact here.
Let's see how it works out for them. Happy's going to be checking this one, so it might well be Happy versus Crystal Jewel there. Meanwhile, Strux is flashed out. He's going to get pushed. Kiyoshima opens that one up. And that is Crystal being taken down by Happy. Happy with the AWP on here has been really on point.
Stavros, great positioning, gets the double, denies the plant. That's massive.
Happy's going to come around the corner. That grenade actually will do the damage. Stavros, no, dodged out of it. Happy switches across to an AK, finds Troubly, but Troubly gets the better of him. And it was a big, important 3rd round in the end for Penta, especially after Envy were starting to look a little overconfident maybe in their style, but maybe it's what works for them, honestly. I was going to go back to the fact that Happy is sort of becoming the main AWPer on this map at the moment for them. Smith's normally the man you'd look towards, but Happy's been finding a lot of frags with that AWP so far.
And the one thing I got really excited seeing is how EnVyUs is starting to play in mid as well. Like, I guess the Fnatic style pop flash, beautiful. Straight in towards mid. Confident play from Keo picking it up. But look at this play. Straight up second mid. Wrapping round. Very confident towards quad. But Stavros and Tabson are there. And actually they do some really good damage. But can they now close out the round? MBK and Shox kind of caught in no man's land. The bomb is certainly being kept tabs on by the CT side. They're aware it dropped. But do they know where it's going to go? Crystal still well positioned.
Oh, the timing.
Just adjusting around. Smoke comes in. Flash follows. But Strux knows they've not gone CT Arch. There's nothing heard on the B side. They're still assuming they're around here.
Yeah, Crystal's trying to lead the targeting as well. Stavros does get one, but MBK with a beautiful shot on towards Strux. If he can find another, suddenly it might get a little risky. He's got head armor. He's going to get Crystal coming around the corner. Crystal will manage to land the shot and get themselves another important round. Penta starting to claw the way back in here. And now, well, EnVyUs can buy up on this one, but if they lose another, they're in trouble.
Yeah, and I really like the way Crystal then used the nade just to kind of bring the M4 close to him. So he could have actually held that quad push if they did come up a little closer because that smoke was in play. But yeah, as you said, money's not great on the T side right now. Smith's going to opt just for that CZ. They do have the mollies as well to boot, so it's an invested round, but it's not a perfect one. Crystal maybe going to flash himself open? No, going to back away on this one as Tabson does get the first. Surprisingly going very aggressive in towards Abs.
Yeah, that was Stavros actually going very aggressive. He's pushing out of Apps. He's going to try and get around them. He may find Smiths here. Smiths will go down, and that's the bomb covered up.
And Happy's so low as well.
Penta know where exactly he is. Yeah, 10 hit points for Happy. The banana push backfired as well. And now they have the bomb in hand. Happy, he's going to get picked off. Stavros is low, but he's done such a great job for Penta here. Completely catching them by surprise, the aggression, but they've picked up the bomb. They've managed to sneak around the back of them. MBK is going to get taken around. Kiyoshima with it all to do.
See, the thing is, MBK then was in like the perfect spot just if that smoke was a little bit different, but managed to get caught up in the end. But still, as you said, Keo, anyone in this, he might go for a cheeky play out of this one.
I think they have no idea where he is at the moment.
No, but then again, they're playing so weird, but then again, they're going to work it out because Trobley and Stavros worked through B, he's not there. They push second mid, so maybe he's around behind them. The game's now certainly up. Keo looking to connect, not going to get it. The first shot wasn't on, and the rest are not going to work with Strux locking down CT Arch. So this is starting to look a little bit better for Penta, 5 to 8. They've got a bit of cushioning to work on. And to be fair, EnVyUs just being a little bit caught up with their A play at the moment. The slight aggression through apps, just catching them off a bit here and there. But I think the EnVyUs always will have that second gear to go to.
What I mean, it seems for EnVyUs it was down to their pure aggression. Like you say, that you were talking about almost the Fnatic style of rushing straight up mid. That actually backfired on them. And they got caught out. And that's give Penta a couple of rounds to play with here and start to build up their bank. Hiroshima, you can see, and the rest of the team having to pick up those Tech 9s. We'll see how that works out. Often, when they do get the Tech 9, you just play that a little bit smooth, a little bit faster, and it often comes out on top. But Penta, very much aware of the situation. Cheeky flash there from Tabson. I like that one. Bouncing it off the top of quad. He's ready and waiting for this one. Does it again. It's going to catch them all perfectly as well. They're all looking the opposite direction. Tabson gets one. They know they're all here. They're just going to back away. But he doesn't manage to get away in time. And EnVyUs, they've completely carved open A site.
They almost created their own map with those smokes, just making it close range, making it hard work for those rifles to come into practice. But bomb is down. Now Troubly and Strux looking for a way back in here, but it's going to be so hard. Happy's lurking around as well. He could come around the back here, and look at this. It doesn't even need to. MBK finds him first. Now Strux 1v4. Yeah, a couple of players are low, but they're well positioned and doesn't even get the first. Happy takes him down, and Envy just showing how good they can be, even when they're just with the Tech 9s.
It's great stuff so far. 10-5 the score, possibly, for EnVyUs. 9-6, you know what? I think Penta would take that. 9-6, especially after the start, how it was going. Starting to look like a bit of a cricket score maybe for EnVyUs, but they managed to claw the way back into this one. We're seeing Troubly with that shotgun once again going towards B, so he's going to sit around new box. First box, sorry. Stavros with the AWP this time around. That didn't work out for him. Didn't land that opening shot, and EnVyUs, well, they've just carved open B already. They're both gone down already. Yeah,
Crystal might be able to make it there first, though. He could maybe catch him crossing. I'm not sure how much, but great nade comes in. The push through the smoke. He's so blind, but Happy's bullets just connect. And now Happy and Smith to hold on. Bomb going to go down. Shox is so far away from this. It's almost a 2v2 here. And Tabson and Stavros looking to get back in. Tabson, great work then holding that smoke push. And now Smith's tucked in towards that dark corner. Just be waiting for the push. Shox is still on Banana. So far down, but the flashes come out. Trying to hold back the CT side. Tabson starting to push in. Shot starting to connect. He knows where one is, but the time is ticking. They've got to make the play. Stavros goes down. Smiths kicks into gear, and Tabson is surrounded. Nothing to be done then. Well played in the end by EnVyUs. And I think a respectable scoreline on the half for Penta. I think we've got to always bear in mind the fact they are up against Team EnVyUs.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to walk away with 5 rounds, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, and for a team that's literally come together today.
Exactly.
5 rounds already. Granted, it was on the CT side. It's pretty good. So, EnVyUs could have started off, could have done a lot better, I feel, because they were 7-0 up, I think, at one point, 7-1 up. They're obviously just sorting themselves out. Second half will be getting underway in a moment, guys. Don't worry. You just stop watching us, wondering why we're on the screen. It's because it's decided to drop out a couple of times, although they're having a little warm-up now. So that's not a round win, guys. You see it on your screen. Don't panic. That's not a round win. They are going to be getting back underway in a moment. You can see everybody, obviously. We're not in the pistol just yet. We're just sorting themselves out. So if you have just joined us, you've missed off 2 games already. The inaugural ESL ESEA Pro League. I knew I'd mess it up eventually. 16-8 to Dignitas over Titan was the first matchup. Penta took down Mousesports 16-10. And we are here on the 3rd match, which is on Inferno this time. Those first 2 games were on Cash.
Ooh.
And now we're back into the pistols. EnVyUs 10-5 up.
Yeah, look at Crystal going in for the smoke molly. And there was another there, but it was just a decoy. Kind of interesting to see where they put this, but EnVyUs playing up close is going to negate that. Tabson already goes down, and Penta might start to struggle to put his devotion. Happy is still lurking in wait. I don't think he showed his hand. Now he does. Takes down Stavros, kind of a sitting duck here, but stays alive just long enough to allow for more to rotate in, and Penta are in real dire straits.
Oh, but look at this. We've already got Kiyoshima. He's making his way around. Troubley is ready for it, though. Troubley is expecting this one. They are going to catch him out. Oh, God. Immediately head tag straight away and backs off there. Goes down second mid. That's going to keep them, but Penta currently a little bit pinned in here. Trying to force the way up there. Checks tunnels. That's not where Kiyoshima went to. Shox keeping an eye, getting the information required, and just steps back. Kiyoshima does manage to get Strux out there. He had next to no health, still gets the surprise factor. Shox goes aggressive. That's going to give the information. You can see Team EnVyUs already on the rotate.
Yeah, MBK working his way around the back, but Penta are playing this quite slowly. They want to see if they can still maybe rotate if they get a pick on one of the sides. And look at them. They're actually backing away. Shox, if he shoulder peeks, might spot him, but MBK will. He's going to see them working up. He's going to back off. Cheeky little pop flash slows them down. Going to buy him a couple of seconds maybe to adjust, get Smiths around, and MBK, stunning connection, takes down Troubley, but now 2v1. Crystal will have to pull off some magic here. Bomb going down. He's not even going to get the plant, and the CT side of Team EnVyUs will pick up pistol round number 2.
Very tactical little pistol round there. Definitely trying to pen them out. EnVyUs going aggressive early on. Kiyoshima and Smiths picking themselves up some MP9s. MP7 for Happy. I think the SMG rush might be on, but they're going to be up against Tech 9s from Penta. 3 of those picked up. P250s as well. We'll see where they go with this one. Often we've seen this second round by working out. Can Penta try and get something from it?
But look at the different investment. Team EnVyUs investing a lot more money in round 2, even though it's still like SMGs, P90s, in comparison to what the CT side brought when it was Penta sitting there, you know, with just the Novas and such. So certainly a heavier investment. You'd assume it'd work out better, but actually, Stavros does find Smiths. But it's a 2-for-1 exchange so far, and the CT side are still in control here. And look at Happy and MBK pushing straight up. Oh,
they're going straight through. Happy pushing through the flames. Gets one. Can he get a second? No, not going to work out, but Kiyoshima is there. And they just charge down.
B's
and
open.
That's actually opened up B, yeah. And they're completely the opposite side. You can see Kiyoshima. He's on the foot race. He's coming behind them. They should be able to get the bomb plant in there. The cross,
he's faked
slowed.
it.
Nice. P90, he's got him, pins him down. And now it's a one-on-one. And Crystal, Shox is trying to read this one. I'm pretty sure he's read it well as well. He's going famous towards him. P90, Crystal's trying to make tracks. He's already picked up 3 in a round. Shox is going to find him and does manage to save EnVyUs. His blushes there against Crystal.
Crystal, I love that little cheeky fake smoke, you know, on the cross, just hits it and then waits. patiently. The perfect timing for it as well. But regardless of the individual play, EnVyUs once again coming out on top. 12-5 now. Starting to look quite strong. T-side are really down to a very basic eco, literally an actual eco for once, one flash rather than, you know, this mixed bag buy of Tech 9s. It's a couple of P250s, but nothing much. So this should be 13-5, but then we're going to get that gun round that's oh so important here.
Well, MBK choosing to go back to the MP7 as well. We'll see how that goes for him. Smoke is going to get pushed through, actually. So Penta pushing through the smoke in mid. That grenade will be not doing a great deal. Doesn't matter. When you're keeping people at range with rifles versus no armor at all, you're generally not going to come out on top. And EnVyUs do only lose the one there. 13-5 is the score. As predicted, EnVyUs looking stronger in this one. 90% of you guys thought this was going to be going their way. I think just a few loyal Germans were voting for Penta myself.
Maybe. You know, Penta had, you know, everyone was surprised. You know, people put their faith in him.
Penta have surprised in a couple of majors. I
They have.
definitely remember at DreamHack 2014 winter, they surprised a lot of people by even reaching that top 8.
Yeah, they occasionally have, you know, good games. You know, they perform very well. But then again, as we said before, EnVyUs almost on a different level. But Crystal looking for that opener, very close too. If he just kind of crested the corner a little, could have caught MBK then. But this is a big round for both sides. Crystal again has to go without armor. It's not the perfect purchase.
MBK sticking with an MP7, despite the fact he knows he's up against AKs now. I mean, he's playing it close on B, so it would work out for him. Kiyoshima on this boost at quad.
Stavros already does find shock, so that's A looking quite vulnerable. They're going to try and go for this, but Kiyoshima and Smith still in position. Kyo backing up to side. They've given him time to do so as well, allowing Happy to rotate. This is terrible. Now 2 left. They've kind of allowed EnVyUs to regain control after that great pick. And look at this. Strux, last man alive, swiftly swept aside by Kyo. And that's just another point where EnVyUs is so good. Just keeping themselves in control. I was questioning why Penta let them do that.
Well, 14-5, that was the question and answer session, I feel, from Penta. That was their chance at rifles. Next time we'll be at match point. Are they going to force Galils? There's a Galil come out here from Tabson. Everybody else, yep, there we go. AKs, this is a bit of a shoddy buy coming out from everyone. They realise the situation they're in. Just buy what you can, boys, and see what you can do with it.
Yeah.
And, well, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Happy's gone deep. Not too deep on B, but deep enough that he might be able to catch someone off guard at sandbags.
And it worked in the first pistol, so maybe he's confident enough to do it. And see Tabson looking like he's going to check, and he will. Spots out the feet. Oh, that was a little bit too close, but Tabson will get the kill, get the gun. But the molly is going to be just at the tip of his feet. Yeah.
Just missing it, and MBK frustrated, not able to land those shots in the corner either. Tabson able to use that wall. Smoke's going to get him out of there, I think, rescue the AK.
Yeah.
Tabson will get out of there. So, they've actually rotated, gone 2-2 split. Smiths, I think it is, that's come across to help out. And Penta actually looking like they might try and set up for this one. There's the flashes. They're going to push through the smoke. It's Shocks, actually, that's got himself on porch. He may be able to catch them off. Yes, he will. MBK with him, and they pick 2 off, choosing immediately to back away. But look at EnVyUs. They're wrapping round.
Yeah, Smiths and Kyo are going to be waiting around this corner, and they're going to mow them down. Nice one from Kyo, not enough bullets to finish it off. And now Crystal, last man standing, dealt with by Smiths, and that's Team EnVyUs onto match point. This is the game we expected to see. Finally, one of the bigger teams stepping up to the plate and performing how they should.
Yeah, this is the results you would expect a top team to perform against, I wouldn't say a lower team in the league, let's put it that way. If you were going to call Team EnVyUs in that top 5, the tier 1 teams, then Penta would be classed as a tier 2, I think it's safe to say. As it stands, Team EnVyUs very much looking to take this one, take it home. Happy gone into the same spot once again.
I wouldn't do it again.
It will work.
But this is the first time we've seen Crystal actually taking down Kyo, so that's a big impact, but sure. You're going to have to check for Happy again, Tabson. I'm sorry. This time, hopefully it's a little cleaner, and it is. He gets away with 56 HP and no molly to keep him pinned.
MBK is like, God damn it. This time, he hasn't got the wraparound support because they lost that man up mid, which means as soon as that molly burns out, they may well be looking to push on here. We'll see what EnVyUs do about this one.
ABK does at least still have a smoke, so he can buy a little bit of time.
Shox is actually going aggressive in apartments. He's going looking towards second mid. He may actually find, I think it's, yeah, Strux that was there, and Shox does get taken down, and now that's actually opened up A side. I wonder if they're going to go for the rotate.
Well, it's going to be Smiths. It's going to be on the front line there. AWP to hand. Smoke comes in. Perfectly blocks him off. He's going to back out a little deeper, maybe watch the cross towards site. Flash puts him in towards library. He's been corralled around this map now. Catches a glimpse of Strux, though, does take him down. The bomb's yet to actually go into play. Here we go. Finally gets itself on towards site. Crystal taking his time then. Tabs on getting himself out towards Graveyard, and the rest just setting up as best they can. But MBK is just around this corner. I wonder if he's going to suspect where Troubley is.
It's footsteps. Elephant coming through. Troubley ready for that one. Smith does manage to answer. And I think this is just simply going to be holding on to the rifle. Well, he's got himself 3. Just peek his way back in there, see if he can get any more guns out the hands of Penta. Remember, they've been on a losing streak a couple of rounds here, so they want to hold on to everything they can, which is why they're not hunting Smiths down. Smiths, meanwhile, has got a heck of a lot of money in the bank, so he's in no worries at all. So, 15-5, sorry, for Penta. For Envy, I'm all over the place. It is 15-6. I was thinking, the bomb's gone off. Why is that round not ticked up? I'm just questioning myself there, thinking it should be 15-6. And Penta, hang on once again, but I don't think it's quite possible. I'd love to build up a beautiful mythical story that Penta could somehow work their dream work of getting back into this one, but you feel it's just a ticking time bomb waiting for Envy to close this game out.
Well, let's see. Happy this time doesn't want to go aggressive banana. Maybe MBK will. The molly already coming out. You can see they're actually committing a molly just to that spot now. So, nice work from Happy, I guess. Good little flash there towards banana, giving MBK the aggressive peek, and he does find Troubley. So already, big impact plays. Shox follows up in apps, and now already Penta just down to 3. This has become extraordinarily hard from just those initial plays from EnVyUs.
I believe the dream is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Tabson's gone down as well. Just Crystal and Strux to keep Penta in this one. Nevertheless, I think 1-1 in the day. I think they'll be happy with that, changing a lineup on the same day. So they won't be too upset about this loss against EnVyUs, especially when it's on Inferno as well. Strux does manage to get one in there, but it's going to have to be an ace for him. MBK, if only he knew he was lined up. Oh, if only he'd have pulled the trigger a couple of seconds earlier. He's just going to get picked off here. Slowly, excruciatingly taken down at car. And there it is. EnVyUs will come out on top. 16-6 at the end score on Inferno. And I think when Penta saw that they were playing Envy on Inferno, they're probably thinking,